Good morning, folks. Mobile Geezer out here, this time with the iPhone 12 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. Subscriber made me notice that I had never done a comparison with the cameras from these two devices, so specifically a video comparison. So I told them I would come out here this weekend and get that done. So we are on the front-facing cameras of both, and I'm going to start for the front-facing on 4K 30 frames per second, and when we finish up we'll go 4K and 60 frames per second. So this is what they look like, and we're going to turn these around and do some shooting on the rear cameras, and of course go down and do our focus test.
Let's do this!
So here we are on the rear cameras, 1080p, 30 frames per second. So we're going to walk down to our tree, do our focus test, and we'll go on from there. As I'm sure you can hear, the cicadas are out here as always. Glad I'm not out here at night. I'm sure they would be deafening. So here's our tree, and we'll just test our focus real quick. Now looking at the screens, the iPhone seems to be much brighter. Of course, once I get it home on the computer, then I can really tell what's going on. Now, also looking at the screens, the S22 Plus looks much more realistic as to the color that I'm actually seeing with my eyes. Now let's take it over by our brook and we'll see how that looks. There's our usual brook. Nice and calm today. It's a beautiful day, and it's about 78 degrees, I guess, so kind of beautiful weather too. So I'm going to change these to 1080p 60 frames per second. So here we are at 1080p 60 frames per second, and let's try a little zooming in. There's 12 times zoom on the S22 Plus. 6 times zoom on the iPhone. Pull back, and it's about the same. Alright, let's walk up the path. 1080p 60. Let's try running a little bit. Well, it looks like they need to do some cutting out here. These are really overgrown. So here we are by our creek. As you can probably tell, we've had mostly very calm weather. Pan around a little bit here. Then I'm going to take the 4K 30 and we'll head over by the ducks. Here we are shooting at 4K, 30 frames per second. If there's noise, I am right under the street, so apologize for that. Let's walk over towards the pond, see what our stability looks like. 4K 30. Ducks over there. Let's try zooming in again. And then just take the S22 up to 6x zoom. And there's 6x zoom on the iPhone. Zoom back out. Alright, now we're going to try a little 4K 60. So here we are shooting at 4K 60. Zoom in once more. Take the 6x zoom on the S22 Plus. Zoom on the iPhone. Pull back the S22 to 3x. That's about right. That's what that looks like. Getting more glare on the iPhone as far as I can see. Zoom back out. I'm going to turn them around to the front facing. So here we are back on the front facing cameras, 4K 60 frames per second. So we've done some rear cameras at 1080p and some rear cameras in 4K, both in 30 and 60, and we've done the front in 4K 30 and 60. So that's going to be it for today, folks. You guys let me know how everything looked and sounded. And as always, comments are welcome. And thanks for watching. And by the way, we all do better when we love each other.